Bonjour les amis. So yeah, I went on archive.org and I searched for bande dessinée and I found this thing which seems pretty interesting, I would say. So Jacques Le Gall is the name of the character. Jacques Le Gall. Le secret des Templiers, so the secret of the Templars. So this is the Templar cross, of course, and the guy is wearing a hood. A very shadowy figure, I would say. This is probably our hero, Jacques Le Gall. And I really like, it looks like, I like the artwork. Very coarse, very nice. Anyway, so I got this from archive.org. And I don't know who made the PDF, because it's really well done. So there's a little bit of explanation. Okay, so I guess it's the inspiration comes from a book, and the book is here. Les Templiers sont parmi nous. The Templars are among us. By Gérard de Sède. Alright, let's move on. So there's a nice introduction to the whole thing. And I really want to thank whoever did this. Yes, so it was never a proper album. It was published basically maybe a couple of pages every week in a magazine, and the magazine was called Pilot, and it even was published in another magazine called Spirou. So Spirou, Pilot. Okay. So whoever did this, thank you. So here it is. So this is the first. This is the first page, but it's actually on a two-page spread. So Le Secret des Templiers, the secret of the Templars, and so that's the first page, by the way. So this is the beginning of the story. So let's look at the first panel. So this is our hero. Apparently he's in some kind of a heavy wind. Okay, so let me read and I'll try to translate loosely. So broom, it means like it's some kind of wind, I guess. The sound the wind makes in French. Broom. Ok, so quel ouragan. Voilà plus de 4 heures que je tourne en rond. J'ai eu tort de vouloir atteindre l'Andresie ce soir en coupant à travers bois. Ok, ouragan. Ouragan. It's not a thunderstorm, but let me check. Ouragan. It's not a tornado either. It's in between. Storm. Okay, it's just a storm. So voilà plus de 4 heures. It's been more than 4 hours that je tourne en rond, that I'm going in circles. Okay, so je tourne en rond. I turn in circle. Rond is like a circle. J'ai eu tort de vouloir atteindre l'Andresie. So l'Andresie is the name of a place. It's probably a village or a small town or something. J'ai eu tort de vouloir atteindre l'Andresie. I have made the mistake because it's passé composé, so I'm trying to keep the same spirit. I have made a mistake. Avoir tort is to be in the wrong. So I've made the mistake of trying to reach l'Andresie ce soir, this evening, en coupant à travers bois. So by cutting through the woods. Bois is wood. So So what happens to our hero here? That's probably the branch of a tree that's breaking, or is falling or something. Alright, let's see what happened. So yeah, crack. So that's the branch of a tree that broke. Okay, so ouf, it's like a phew. J'ai bien failli être écrasé. J'ai bien failli être écrasé. Il faut que je sorte d'ici au plus tôt, sinon je finirai par y laisser ma peau. J'ai bien failli être écrasé. So, j'ai bien failli être écrasé. Sauf, j'ai bien failli être écrasé. I was almost run over. It's not run over. Écrasé is to squish. I was almost squished. Il faut que je sorte d'ici. I need to get out of here au plus tôt. At the earliest, as soon as possible. Sinon, otherwise, je finirai par y laisser ma peau. So je finirai, or I will end up, laisser ma peau is leaving my skin. Okay, so basically dying. Okay, next one. Tiens, on dirait un talus. So, tiens, on dirait un talus. On dirait un talus. So on dirait, c'est conditionnel présent of dire, to say, to talk. So, on dirait un talus, it looks like an embankment or a mound. It's either a embankment or a mound, depending on context. Okay, so it's an embankment because the railroad tracks are right here. Oh, le chemin de fer, sauvé. So le chemin de fer, if you translate literally, so it's the path of iron. So it's the railroad tracks. Sauvé, saved. Participe passé de sauver. To save. Okay, next one. En suivant les voies, je finirai bien par sortir des bois et arriver à une gare. So by following the tracks, so je finirai bien, that's the future. Finir, je finirai. Future. I will manage. So it's loosely translated. I will manage to get out of the woods and arrive to a train station. Gare is train station. Soudain, suddenly. Oh, un bruit de moteur. On dirait une auto. Y aurait-il un chemin près d'ici? So, un bruit de moteur, the sound of an engine. On dirait, so again it's the conditionnel. Sounds like a car. So in French you say auto or automobile. Voiture. Y aurait-il un chemin près d'ici? Would there be a road next to here, close by? So again, aurait-il, conditionnel, avoir, okay, to have. So it's in English it's the would there be, il y a, there is, there is. So if you inverse, here is inversing because it's a question. So in the present tense it would be y a-t-il, and here conditional, y aurait-il. Okay, so that's the second page. So that's basically the right page of that two-page spread. Okay, let's continue. Des phares, pas de doute, il y a un chemin qui mène au chemin de fer. Des phares, headlights, right there. Pas de doute, no doubt. There is, so il y a, there is, un chemin, a road that leads to the railroad tracks. Here, as you can see, there's a repetition, which is not the greatest. When you write, you should not do too many repetitions like this. think it should have been written a little bit differently. Okay, so here I don't know if you can see anything. There's a car here, there's the shadowy figures. Okay, this is the bubble of our hero, and when you see the bubbles, and it's like little bubbles like this, so it means he's thinking. And here, if it's like that, and like something like that, looks like more of an arrow. They are talking, actually talking. Voilà l'auto. Et oh, des caisses. So here is the car and some. So des article indéfini. Des some. Caisse. What is this? What is this? This you don't say anymore. This is from the 60s, by the way. Caisse. You don't say that, or maybe it's the Belgian thing, because the author is Belgian. But caisse, you don't never say that. You would say qu'est-ce que c'est? What is it? Qu'est-ce que c'est? Ok, so dépêchons, l'express de 23h12 passera dans 5 minutes. Dépêchons, let's hurry. L'express, so the express train of 11:12 p.m. passera, so will go by in 5 minutes. Yeah, so in France we use like the military style time. We don't say 11 p.m., we say 23h, 23 hours. Okay, let's move on. Ouf, ces cagoulards ne m'ont pas aperçu. Que mijote-t-il? Et ce type qui transporte, qui est-il? Ok, ces cagoulards. Cagoulard is the first time I see this word. But it's basically somebody that... a cagoulard is somebody that wears a cagoule. Cagoule is a hood. So, ces cagoulards ne m'ont pas aperçu. So, they did not see me. So, this is passé composé. Que mijote-t-il? What are they plotting? Mijoter means to plot. But mijoter comes from cooking. Mijoter in cooking means like to simmer. Okay, so the main you would use mijoter in the context of cooking, but you can also use it to say what are they planning or something like that. Et ce type qu'il transporte, and this guy that they are transporting, qui est-il? Who is he? So here you can see those guys, or shadowy figures going up the embankment towards the tracks. So now what he's saying, so he's thinking, oh, c'est un crime. Je suis en train d'assister à un crime. So it's a crime. Je suis en train de means to be in the process of. So je suis en train d'assister à un crime. I am witnessing a crime in English. I am in the process of witnessing a crime. Okay, so now the guy is on the railroad tracks in a dire situation, I would say. Ok, so avec tout ce vin répandu et ces bouteilles, on croira qu'il s'agit d'un ivrogne, surpris par le train en traversant les voies. Ok. Avec tout ce vin répandu et ces bouteilles, with all this wine, spilled wine. So répandre, c'est spill. So répandu is the participe passé. Et ces bouteilles, and these bottles, on croira, people will think that it's a drunk, surprised by the train, while crossing the tracks. Okay, next one. Même si le machiniste apercevait le corps, il ne pourra freiner à temps. There's a mistake here. Can you spot it? There's a grammatical mistake. Okay, let's translate. Even if the machinist, so the machinist is the guy that drives the train. Even if the machinist even if the machinist sees the body, he will not be able to brake in time. Freiner is to brake, and the mistake is here. Here is they're using the imparfait, apercevait. That's wrong. It should be present. It should be the present tense. Okay. So même si le machiniste aperçoit le corps, il ne pourra freiner à temps. Okay. So imperfect is wrong. I mean, you can have imperfect, and then you would have to have the conditional here, but it's a different context. Okay, so this is wrong. J'entends le train. Filons. So I hear the train. Filons. Let's get out of here. It comes from filer. To take a hike. Okay, so à la voiture. À la voiture, il faut nous éloigner d'ici. So to the car, il faut nous éloigner d'ici. So faut comes from verb falloir. Basically, we need to get away from here. So éloigner, to get away. Éloigner, to get away. Alright, let's move on. Oh, le train, c'est trop horrible. Je ne puis laisser s'accomplir ça, quoi que je risque. Oh, the train, it's too horrible. I cannot let that happen, whatever I risk. Okay, so here, puis. So this is the first person singular of pouvoir, to be able to. So this is, you can say that, but 95% of the cases, you would say je ne peux laisser s'accomplir. P-I-U-X. Here it's an old form here. This form nowadays is only used when you invert. So puis-je utiliser quelque chose? May I use something? But you would never use it in like that, in active voice. So nowadays you would say je ne peux laisser s'accomplir. So this is old styles from the 60s. So our hero is running toward the tracks and the train is coming. Wow. Very, very tense. Oh, je vais arriver trop tard. I'm gonna arrive too late. So this is the... It's not the future, but it's the futur proche. So it's really, I'm gonna arrive. I'm going to arrive too late. Okay, so I think I forgot to say that the guy that wrote that story, his name is Charlier, and he's he's Belgian, and he's very famous. He wrote the Buck Danny bande dessinée, really good if you're into like pilots, plane pilots, during the Korean War and stuff like that. Mostly during the Korean War, but it's really good. And the guys that did the drawings, I think it's Mitak and Follet. I think there are two guys. At some point, the guy that does the drawing changed, but the guy that did the writing is Charlier. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here. If you have any questions about French in general, feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, if you could, to help the channel, like and subscribe, that would be great. That would really help me a lot. So for the next video, maybe I'll continue the story. I don't know. We'll see, because I kind of like this kind of stories. It's pretty cool. So I'll see you around. Bye.